Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a look using the Urban Decay NAKED 2 palette, and this was my first ever high-end palette. As you could see, you could tell which shades are my favorite. I actually wanted to do the look that I used to do using this palette. So basically I'm going to stay on this shades right here. So without further ado, let's start the makeup tutorial. To prime, I am going to use the Benefit Professional Primer, and I've already applied my moisturizer. The weather today is terrible, like it's literally very dark outside. I'm actually trying a new lighting setup, so if you guys kind of like the background, let me know. So we're going to start off with the eyes because I really want the primer to sink into my skin. To prime my eyes, I will just use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this one is NC35. As you can see, my eyes are very veiny and dark, so I really want the eyeshadows to pop, so I'm going to prime my eyes. To set that, I'm going to use this middle shade right here from the Essence Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. For transition shades, since the NAKED 2 palette is quite cool tone, I'm actually going to use my bronzer. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deepest from MAC, and it's just like your warm tone bronzer. And I'm going to use my favorite brush, which is this Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. It just blends everything for you, really. Like, look at that. So I'm going to focus this more so on the crease and slightly above the crease. I might do a favorite makeup brushes. I mean, like, I have been doing makeup for quite some time and I feel like I already have my staple brushes. Mind you, I have not tried a lot of brands of brushes, but I feel like I already have some that I always go back to. I'm going to change into a slightly smaller brush, which is this one here. This is just a random brush from Everyday Minerals. I believe you can get this brand from iHerb. And I'm going to use Tease, which is this shade right here, and I'm hit pan on that. I kind of like the shade because it's kind of like a cool tone taupe color, but it has a hint of purple in it. So I'm going to put that underneath transition shade and just slightly in my crease and outer V. So now that it's blended, I'm actually going to try and dive into this shade right here, which is called Busted, just on the outer corner. Even though it's shimmery, I just want to deepen the outer corner a little bit. So just a dab. And then go back with a fluffy brush and just blend everything. I've never ever done the cleanup technique, but I will actually give it a go. So I'm going to take my teeny tiny brush, which is this one right here from Real Techniques, and then I will use this concealer right here from Anastasia and clean up my lid. I have never done this before because normally I would just put on my transition and then pack on the color that I wanted on the lid, but since, I don't know, I really wanted it to pop, so I will try to clean it up. I'm sure this brush is way too small, but that's all I could find and I can't be bothered looking for a bigger one. So I'm not really creating a cut crease, I'm just cleaning up the lid so I can pack on the gold shade, which is called Half Baked. It's good to try something new. That will do. And then I will go back to the Urban Decay palette and maybe set it with this shade right here called Foxy. I mean, you can go straight with a shade that you wanted to put, but I kind of want to set it for now. And then I'm going to pack on Half Baked, which is this like real pretty gold. This is my favorite shade from this. Oh, look at that. So pretty. This was my go-to look back in the day. I'm going to take Busted again and just dab it here. And then I will blend everything. So pretty. And then I'm gonna just dust a little bit off and use Foxy for my brows. I don't really like shimmery highlight. So for base today, I am going to use my favorite, which is the Milani Conceal and Perfect in the shade Sand Beige. And I don't know, I just really like this foundation. And I have been enjoying applying my foundation with a flat top brush. So this one is from Sedona Lace. I just like, especially for full coverage, because it gives like the coverage that I need, and also it applies it nicely. For concealer today, I'm going to use this one right here from the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, and that one's called Cream. And I dropped it. To brighten it up a little bit, I'm going to use the banana shade from the same Anastasia Contour Kit. Just apply it underneath my nose. Set that with baby powder. And to set the rest of my face, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. I'm going to use the Essence All About Matte powder. This stuff is great. Every time I set my foundation with translucent powder, the coverage just disappears. So I'm just gonna go get a powder and I'll be back. I'm just gonna set the areas where I kind of need coverage. For under eyes, I'm going to use the Shape Your Face contour from Essence and brighten the under eyes a little bit more and jawline. And to bronze, I'm going to use the MAC mineralized skin finish, and this one is in dark deepest. I like this because it goes on the skin very smoothly and it lasts all day. And on my cheek area, I like to just pat it because I don't want to ruin the coverage that I did. To contour a little bit more, go back to the essence and then just do the same thing. For blush, I'm going to mix these two shades right here from this Rimmel Contour palette. Highlight, same palette. I really like this highlight, you guys. It's not chunky, it's not shimmery, it's legit just glow. For under eyes, I'm actually going to use my bronzer because I don't really like to bring the taupey shade down, as I have dark circles and it might cause, it might bring out my dark circle even more, because it's one of the, if you see on top, it's like a shade where if you're not careful where you put it, it will look like bruise. I will actually use Copper, which is that one there next to Booty Call. A little bit of Busted on the outer corner. And to highlight, I'm going to use a mixture of Booty Call and Half Baked. I've just finished tightlining, applying mascara, and I was going to put false lashes on, but personally I don't really ever wear false lashes because one, I'm not very good at it, and two, I always poke my eye, and three, I find it a little bit too extra. But yeah, my eyes is a little bit red because I went in with the eyeliner as I was tightlining it and I literally like poked my eye. These lights are kind of blinding me sometimes, but let's just ignore that. So for lips today, I'm going to use MAC lip liner in Soar. Obviously, I'm going to pair this look with a nude lip. And for lipstick, I'm going to use this Velvet Touch lipstick in 146 from Gosh. I really like the shade because it mutes the lips. It mutes any lip color I have down, which is good. And it is also not overly matte. This is my final look. This is actually the look that I would normally go for. I wouldn't say every day, but on days where I can't be bothered choosing on what palette to wear, I always go back to this. And believe it or not, I used to rock this smoky eye every single day to uni, to work, which is ridiculous. And also I would pair it with wing liner, but for some reason I've gotten off winged liner. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.